Hi guys. So many of you have heard about a credit card. And the first time I ever heard about a credit card was during my freshman year of college. I was upstate and all my friends and roommates were applying for credit cards and getting approved. So I went ahead and took it upon myself to apply for Capital One. I ended up getting approved, and once I got approved, I realized that I had no idea what I signed up for. I didn't know what a credit card was, what are the things that come with a credit card, things to be made aware of, and I had no idea the responsibility of a credit card that it would require. So I did a little research previously and I refreshed my memory for you guys here today. And basically, it's just important to know all these kind of things because people use credit cards every day. You're gonna get offered a credit card probably everywhere you look, in your mail, in your email, from stores, like everywhere you go, credit is there, and it's key to life nowadays. Um, when I looked up what a credit card was, it has the same concepts as a loan. When you take a loan out from the bank, you have to declare what that money is for. You have to tell the bank, hey, I need money for my house. I want to buy a house, or I want to buy a car. May you fund me the money and I pay you back. The only difference is that with a credit card, you get pre-approved for a set rate. So you apply for the credit card and then they approve you depending on your credit card credit score and your income. So once you get approved, you get to spend, well, when I first got approved, it was a $300 credit card in the beginning. So I got to spend up to $300, and monthly you pay a minimum. Now, I was always advised to pay a little bit more than what was required of me, just because, and especially if I had spent money on my card, because the thing is that with credit cards, there's also interest rates. So with that interest rate, whatever you spent, the bank will add their fee as well on top of your fee. So now you have to pay back what you spent and what the bank wants. And which is a little difficult to stay on top of, because if you are constantly paying the bare minimum, the bank is now benefiting off of that and you're not actually paying off what you owe. The bank is just taking what they're owed, practically. Another thing that's great about credit cards is that you can purchase things from little things to big things. You can go on a shopping spree, buy food, or you can go ahead and buy a vacation or a car. Going again, just be wary of having to pay that back. And once the bank sees that you're consistent in your payments and you're responsible and you can handle this, eventually your rate will go up. It will increase. The bank will allow you to borrow more money. Once that happens, it's really exciting, and now you really have to pay attention because you can overspend in a blink of an eye and be in really big trouble because now you can't pay that back in the timely manner that it would need to be paid back. As well as once you hit a certain score or rate, you will be able to take out cash advances. Meaning, if you want to not touch your money that you're personally making, you can go ahead to the bank and use your credit card to take out cash to borrow from the bank, which is really actually kind of really convenient sometimes. Some downfalls to be made aware of is that store credit cards, they will try and get you. Opening a store credit card, especially if you already have a credit card, can affect you great negatively. It can affect you negatively. Most times your interest rate can raise. You will get tricked into having a promotion. Every time you purchase with a store card, you get a 20% discount, or for the first year or 6 months, you get no interest. But then in the small fine print, you realize that once that year is up, Or yes, you get 20% off your purchase, but the interest rate is like 20%. Now be wary. And most times store credit cards will give you a lower amount to spend. The most that I have seen that they offer is $1,000. Um, it's hard on a lot of the younger community. For instance, going back to my story, when I mentioned that I was in freshman year when I got approved for a credit card. Now, keep in mind that with parent permission, you can open up a credit card at 18. The downfalls of this, and especially when you're in college, is that a lot of people don't have the responsibility or financial stability to have these things, to open these credit cards. So before they even take out a loan to pay off their tuition, they're already in debt because they spent all their dorm materials on their credit card, or they're now eating off their credit card and they don't really have a job that can provide them the amount that would have them pay off that in time. So a lot of times, for especially college students, I feel that they have a target on their back because credit card companies want the younger mentality to constantly just want to spend with free will and no willpower to sit there and think about, like, what are you really spending. Money management is key. Like, before ever opening a credit card, you should always open up a bank account and have a debit card first. Know your income, have certain goals, like weekly goals, like I'm only going to spend $50 on this and I have to save and put aside this amount, just to have an idea of how to long term save and pay off things. Yeah. Thank you for watching.